Alright guys, our opponent is going first, and even though we will be so behind on tempo, it's not even funny. We can regain all of it, I hope. Well, that was the last card I wanted to see. Exhale is nice. Oh man, I just cannot take it, man. But maybe I have to take... No, I cannot take it. If we take it, we will miss a land. If we miss a land, we dead. We don't want to be dead, so let's not do it. Perfect curve on the play against, you know, not like we have one removal spell. However, if we can draw a land, maybe. I have no idea what they will do. I think we need to start taking risks because our opponent got the best part of the cake, and we got this one without the cherry. You know, like it's still fine, but it's not really what we wanted from the cake. So. I have a bad feeling about it. So basically, they have white mana, which means that they can protect themselves or their creatures really well. Normally, you want to kill them when they are tapped. But if we do it, we might not hit the 3-drop or something. And I hope for a pump. Okay, perfect. Listen, this is what we have to go for. I don't think they have a land. I guess they played it anyway. Listen, this is the best we could do in this situation, and you can see that if that's the best, don't even think about the worst. And thanks to this single surveil, we can actually continue playing the game. We would be dead by now. So we can kill this or go for like a counter spell play. Oh my god, there are no good options here. I mean, there's like, man, do I really go for it? If they play Nemesis, I'm done. I'll go with this one, because we can try to hit a land with it. It's not the best play. It's a play that I hope if they whiff. My idea is that I cross my fingers and hope there's no more creatures. That's my strategy, and I'm literally crossing fingers right now. Please don't... Oh no, if they pay mana, they have something. Alright. At least not a haster. They can cycle a card. This doesn't give haste, so that's huge. We missed the land, so that's horrifying. Oh my god, this is so bad. Oh my god, this is so bad. Bro, don't be on the draw against Mono Red, and please draw more removal. This is the best we have on this turn. We can... So after this turn, we will fix our horrifying situation, but after this turn, we might die. We have some counter spells, so the burn is not super scary later. We are down to 4. This seems to be a... Alright, this is one of the plays I needed, maybe. I think Muldrotha is a little bit too slow. Let's take the land. At least we are not behind. I wanted to have something that gives blue mana so we can counter. But, you know, we'll roll with it. Maybe. This is the correct tap. We get the life gain and potentially a small, tiny counter spell. Which we have a dragon, because we are a dragon deck, if you didn't know. We actually have a ton of dragons, so we nearly always exhale. And I was so happy when I was building the deck. Because, by the way, yes, you know what? Well, we shouldn't. We actually don't have this game yet, so let's not overdo it right now. Wait, they have 1 mana spell, which is good. If we can get in... I know I was saying something, I have no idea what it was by now. Alright. I will still play it. Well, I already did. So we have 6 mana, that means 3 steps... Alright, we are entering the stage of the game where we are the cool deck, and they suck. But we are not there yet, and we will have to cast spells at the end step, which is really bad. They might kill us in response to this. But what other choice we have? Well, we can wait 1 more turn and not do it, because we'll have enough mana. Alright, this is better. This is better. Now we can start punishing them. And we have triple blue, which is super important. You need double blue for this and 1 blue for this. And I think we can just go with the big thing, you know? If they cast something else, we should be okay. Alright, not paying life. Super important stuff. We probably go for Awaken, but we'll see what we do. Yep, definitely. And those are not the worst draws. Let's see if they play something. We need to make a stop to pretend Exhale. Alright. Okay, we got untap land. This is where we can start doing really big stuff. So let's count the mana. Well, we cannot make a copy of anything really. So we go 3 steps ahead for 5 mana, and then I guess it's Verge, because then we can stock up on this turn, which is kinda massive. And maybe we will bait them into some response. We need a lot of... Okay, those are the 2 cards I want to see. Okay. As you can see, it's so hard to stabilize against this deck, because they can literally kill you at any point. Like Charm into Burst Lightning is 3 mana and it's 6 damage. So if we allow those 2 cards, we are done. We need to counterspell basically everything, and that's why we do not tap anymore. And this is what I said in the early game, that we have counterspell, so the burn is not as terrifying as usually. And it is terrifying. For them. But we sometimes will. Alright, you know what? Not what we wanted, but maybe what we needed in our lives. So this will be a reanimator, and they can reanimate in 2 turns. Alright. I think I might be casting 3 steps ahead, literally to fix this absolutely horrifying draw. Yeah, this is one of the best cards. If you have the right mana, this wins you the game. But we actually cannot do anything with it. I think it's Virtue because it's Sorcery. It's the slowest one. Okay, this fixes a little bit. But we need to go... Well, if we play Forest... No, it just fixes so much here. We could get rid of it. It doesn't feel like they have anything important. Yeah, let's go for this. This also helps us later. If we can get rid of the engine... Oh man, it's literally engine. I wanted to say, you know, without engine of this deck, it doesn't work. Well, the name literally gives it away. This is a really cool card, honestly. The fact that you surveil for free every turn is just so helpful, and you still get the good stuff, you know? Alright, Surima, so it's Kona deck, or what? Do they have 2 ways to cheat, or only 1? It feels like Reanimator Kona cheat deck. But we'll see, maybe they just want to search for Arden? Valgavot. Alright, we got a counterspell, that's massive. And now we are getting... By the way, the cool thing about this deck is that you can use this to get a creature. Normally creatures do not draw cards, well ours do, so we can take Marang and basically get 3 cards out of this. You know, 2 cards technically, but usually you have 1 useless card, so you draw 3 new ones. And get rid of the one that wasn't relevant anyway. So now we are in a good spot. We can counter stuff. Do I want to counter this stuff? They still need to resolve creatures, and it can die to shot the sheriff. It doesn't do anything on its own. I'll take it. They already have the vehicle, so if they play something like Kona, they can already tap anyway. Alright, this is nice, this is nice. Virtue, go away. We can always take it later with Muldrotha. And we can get Marang. Yes, please. And this is such a good interaction. This is so good. Let's go, Marang. You're the best, you know it. Okay, so what can... Man, we could even go Teval and start delving, which is massive. This is the play. Guys, this is the play. Because they will go greedy and play Kona or their big stuff, which means we can exhale, which means that we answer the whole turn for a single point of mana, and then this guy can start hitting face while we defend. And this is how we want to close the game. And of course, if they don't have a play that is ridiculously strong and wins the game, which I don't have doubts they have one, of course, we just ignore them and we win the game with a counterspell for future. We probably need to draw 1 more counterspell to make sure it all works. You can see they instantly feel the pressure. Like, when this drops, they're like, oh, I need to start playing the game. Bro, everything as we expected. We could counter or we can just kill it. I think we go for the kill. They cannot station enough. We'll counter the next one. No, 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 no. No. You are not getting the thing that you wanted. This is sneaky. I hope they don't have a protection spell. I will lose my mind if they do. Let's go. We can play Lance. I think it's Virtue. It's a permanent. Yes, please. I will gladly take the damage. Okay, Kona is down. Ladies and gentlemen, our opponent played exactly as we wanted. And this is really good. We pay life. We pay a ton of life. We need man, we could go Muldrotha here and still get the counter spell. Oh, the grid is unreal. This hits for 12. And we can start killing stuff. Oh, the grid. Can we do it? I think we will, because I cannot contain the grid. Is that the best play? I'm not sure. I think the better play is to play Marang and Exhale. Oh boy, I really should not do it. Let's do it. This is great. Okay, but I'm terrified with my gameplay, but I think this is the coolest one. And we chill. We can play a land for free on the next turn, so we're already getting a little bit of value. And we can always try... So, important part. We have one Exhale, and after this we don't have place. We actually cannot prevent whatever devil is happening on this side. Tapland is massive, because this prevents double play on this turn. The thing we fear the most, because we can prevent one, and it kinda hits everything except one drop. See? That's exactly... Man, we are playing our opponent like a fiddle. Everything they do, we're just 2 steps ahead. Or 3, should I say. Behold, sure. Just to show domination. Alright, and this should be it. Now we can start playing stuff. Okay, this is important turn. Here we need to start making a huge headway. Alright, our opponent is out. And I think we played it really nicely, man. This is probably a VV deck, but we're kinda equipped nicely for VV deck, so outside of being on the draw, everything is kinda okay. We cannot take it. We need to hit blue mana, probably on the next turn. Against this deck you cannot miss turns. They are so ridiculously oppressive that if you miss one turn you are so out of the game basically. Okay, we can at least remove a creature, so even though we didn't hit the color we needed, I mean, it's something. They wasted the creature, which is interesting. Usually you want to save it to put the counter. But our opponent is not having any of it, and I mean we can start removing stuff. Okay, this is blue mana, this is blue mana. Okay, that's huge. Now we can start doing stuff. Do we want to get rid of it? Feels like a good idea, honestly. They can put a lot of counters on something, which is scary. What is the other play? Ramp with Regent. Ooh, that's juicy. We could deadly cover up, maybe. But they will exile stuff from the graveyard, so it actually hits us. I'm not sure if they know about it, but it does. So let's go for... I think we go for the Cardon. Just try to solve it. What is this devilry for 1 mana? Not Torch the Tower. So we need to absolutely go for the Cardon. This is the main card, of course. It also prevents our evidence. And we want to evidence Vivi from the deck probably. And then we play against a normal, extremely powerful aggro deck once we remove 2 best cards of the deck. Which is absolutely legit. Fear of missing out, sure. Well, our opponent is definitely not missing out on, you know, getting the Vivi deck. And that's another card on in top 13 cards. Love to sit, not really. Okay, Muldrotha gone. That's bad. And we cannot replay anything. That is really bad on this turn. I would love to go for the Regent, but we just don't have the place. So I think instead we will go with this, see what we get, and we probably shoot the Sheriff. It's not perfect, but you know, we need to roll with it. I think we still need a land. And because of the counter, we cannot use Virtue, which would be way better play. But you know, what can you do? What can you do? There are no abilities for the Cardon. It's only activated, right? Yeah. So I will try to kill it as late as possible, because there is a chance they will put this counter there on FOMO, and then there is a chance they will try to play Vivi to get this value, or something like it. So maybe we can cheat a little bit more. Obviously we are not in a great spot here. Okay. We have Virtue, but they will probably get rid of it. Okay, no Vivi. So we need to be careful of, you know, the counters, because they can do it at instant speed. So when we cast something, they can answer, but exiling Vivi and getting tons of mana. Alright, this is not the worst. We can work with this. So they will pump probably this creature to maximum. Bro, this deck does so freaking much on so little. It's not perfect that they got another card on, like, this is the whole main card of the deck, and we are kind of forced to, you know, do so much around it. Okay, they went for it, which means all the counters are wasted, except of course the one they will put from the card on. So I think we stole a lot of extra value. Oh boy, man, what a game so far. This is the moment when they can go with Cardon to prevent the, you know, the gain. I wonder if they go for Virtue. I could also sweep the board and get rid of this and hope they cannot hit the right cards, which is honestly a decent strategy here. Alright, so we can actually make a decision. Do we want a... No, we have untapped one, so we just chill here. We're fine. Alright, so we need to play the land, they cannot answer it. We could deadly cover up, get rid of it, and play the game from there. It's not bad, man. It's not bad. Of course you can go for Vivi and prevent the whole combo, but the question is, can we win if they just play Terza and stuff like this? I think it might be a problem. I think I will just go for it. With evidence, now our opponent sees that they missed on some good value, and we just go for one card. I'm still a little bit hesitating, but this is a sure value. Basically, this discards, you know, a huge perfect card for them. So it's so tempting. And they don't even have Vivi right now. With this gone, maybe they don't have it. I think this is worth the risk. It's a risky play, but I hope it's a good play. It also prevents the engine for the future. Alright, so they have the Riddler build. One Terza? I expected way more. Okay. Man, Terza is probably the card I fear the most here. Because it can also cycle everything they have. Now they will start exiling the most expensive card, so we are not getting another evidence probably this game. No, they went for a 3-drop. Because they see Muldrotha, so they know that we can cast permanents. Alright, so this cycles a card. I would love them to whiff a little bit harder. Like this. Okay, okay. And this is something we know they had. If they play Vivi without pumping, we can punish it. Alright, this is huge. We can start doing stuff, guys. Probably stock up. If we can get to a counter spell, we can prevent the first big play. Counter spell, Marang. We don't have a land, unfortunately, but I think it's worth it. Do we ramp here? Man, the ramp is so massive. It will give us so much until the end of the game. Alright, whatever. I will take one turn off. Because this is... Oh, I didn't check the forest. We have to. Okay, okay, massive. Because look how much card advantage we have. We can spend instantly 7 mana and we can probably do more. So every mana we will get... They literally just top decked Vivi, huh? On this one turn when we tapped. Every single time, man. Alright, this is obviously not amazing. But they don't have too much value. So even though they have Vivi, it's painful that they have 4 toughness, so we cannot use this to remove it. So we probably go into Awaken. Bro, and they have a card advantage. 2 perfect cards, one after another. Oh, I'm so salty right now. Maybe it was not worth the risk, but I'll tell you, man. I think it was fine. Okay, we need to find answers right now. You know what? Kinda works. We can play it. Bro, I'll take it. I'll take it. So we go this and this. And we submit 7. And it's not a Vivi deck anymore. It's a Cardon deck right now. Alright, this makes things easier, but it's still not over. This deck can, you know, do a lot. It's crazy how many cards you can remove and the deck still works in some way. Riddler is of course great, but if they want to bounce something, it's only Dragonstorm, so they give us value. And they want to get into 1 card, so Riddler draws more. Okay, this is legendary, don't forget. So they actually... Why did they... Did they do it because... Okay. I guess they really wanted to cycle. I guess it's fair, because right now the Cardon doesn't really matter too much. So even if we kill it, it's not like they will get the Vivi combo. So I guess it makes sense. They just try to switch the game plan completely and try to kill us with a ton of creatures. And you know what? It feels like a, like a good play. Okay. Alright. But now we are getting to the good part of the game, when we have control and our opponent has nothing. And look how much mana now we have. This is where we want to be. How are you a 4/4, bro? That's a lot of stats. I think we need to counter... Man, if we go Regent, we can still counter spell, but I don't think it's worth it. And I'm so tempted to go for Virtue, but they can exile creatures. They have 1 creature here. Yeah, they can just keep exiling it. So right now we will just go 3 steps ahead. Maybe Marang, and we'll see what happens. I think we are in a good spot. Guys, somehow we are at 19 here. Which is kinda wild, so... Let's see, the Riddler is their big play. They really want to empty their hand and get those extra cards. I believe we don't have Deadly Cover-Up in the deck anymore, so it's all about the, you know, recurring from the graveyard. But we also don't have Muldrotha, I believe. Fear of Missing Out, that's a good card. Okay. They can put the counter on it, right? Yeah, they have a creature. Man, Riddler is so much stronger. So I don't think we can counter this. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. But because we can cycle cards with Marang, it should be fine. Of course, this gets pumped. We can always bounce it later, when we draw Marang back. Don't forget, we still have the same amount of Marangs in the deck, even though we have like less cards to draw. So, on average, our draw is better. And they went the greed mode, which I'm really happy for. This is huge. If they were patient and not played it, we could be in some trouble. They could always play the small card and wait with this as the, basically, ace. Oh, this is nice. We are getting to the good stuff right now. This has to attack. I always forget and need to read again just in case. Alright. We cannot kill this guy, of course. But man, this is such a good Virtue target. Why are you an auto? That's my only question. 6/6 is honestly not the worst for this deck. Let's see if they want to pump. Nope. So we will draw cards with Marang and see what we get. We still have the Black Regent, the Scavenger Regent, so we can actually sweep this board if we get it. I believe we have 2 still in the deck. And nope. Not the best draw, but we have a Marang at least. Which is kinda nice. So we could play Marang, bounce everything. They will bounce our Marang, which sucks. So I think it's stock up. I would love to play Virtue, but they will just exile creatures. Okay, those are incredible cards. Okay, this is massive. Oh man. We have 8 cards. We can actually get such a massive discount here. We could even play Marang, man. If we are brave enough. I think we just play it, man. And then try to play the next turn after hitting face with this. They can bounce it, of course. But now we are getting quite a lot of value, and we can even counter it if we want, for single point of mana. And I think this is the play. Man, this Exhale is so good with Teval. So we need to pay 1 blue mana and 1 colorless. And we'll use a tap land. And we behold, because why not? So we get rid of this problem, which is massive. I wonder if they put counters on Fear. This could be really good. And we of course get it back so we can play more stuff on the next turn. I guess we could just Virtue here and not have this problem. No, but they can always put the counter. I always forget about it. Yeah, let's shoot the Sheriff. We go to 9, so they probably cannot kill us. And we can always bounce this when they are out of gas. So we reset it to 1/1, and we can even bounce the card on, just in case. They don't really have abilities here. Man, this is such a rough game. Don't forget, this is a game against deck that lost the main strategy. And as you can see, they are doing it very nicely still. Alright, but next time if we can get Teval, it will be massive. So they are cycling, sure. I think we need to take 1 hit from this, so I hope they won't force us to, you know, to block here. Okay, I will try to not make mistake that I made in one of the videos, that I cast something while it was still main phase. Now we are going to combat, and I believe at the beginning of combat, I think we have a moment to do it before I think this is first, and we can answer to this. Okay, this is huge. I hope they will put it on Fear of Missing Out, but you know. So we will kill this. We might be forced to chomp this and we'll bounce it on the next turn. Well guys, I hope you had a blast watching some dragons in your Magic life. I really enjoyed this type of deck, especially that we can use 3 different regents, which is absolute fire, and also Teval, that is 3-color dragon. And you could see that this card has a lot of potential, however it also hurts a lot, so we need to find a way to life gain a little bit, but the fact that it triggers the regent life gain is also pretty huge. And there's 1 Muldrotha, but in reality you have 5 Muldrothas, because you can always get it back from your graveyard. So I really enjoyed this type of deck. I love Sultai, especially dragons, so I hope you had a blast. However, I need to be fair, and I deranked with this one. I don't know, I had so many weird games when my opponent was, like, I was on the draw like 4 times in a row or something. So, you know, when you meet Mono Red on the play and you have like 3 counter spells and you are on the draw, like, you cannot kill a creature, you lose the game. That's as easy as that. So didn't super work for me in, you know, ranking, but it's a very fun deck. So I still probably enjoyed it more than meta decks, to be honest. So I hope it will be the same for you guys. Thank you for watching as always. Thank you to amazing patrons that, you know, with all the algorithms things on YouTube that are going on here, it really helps, you know, to have this kind of support. So really thank you guys. You are making a huge difference for the channel. And yeah, if you wanted to join Patreon, maybe this is the time. Maybe you can check it out. Wow, some cool stuff there. And yeah, that's it for today. I honestly hope that you had a lot of fun today. So thank you for watching, guys. You are awesome, and see you tomorrow.